Hi everyone, my name is Holly and I'm the editor of International Airport Review, and I'm joined here by Deborah Flint, who is CEO of Greater Toronto Airport Authority, also known as GTAA. So Deborah, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, my pleasure, Holly. Thank you.
So firstly, you've just reclaimed your prestigious ranking as the best airport for over 40 million passengers in North America. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've come a long way since the baggage dramas of last year. So what has been key for you to reclaim your position in the top spot? And are there any particular technologies that have really been instrumental in this?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I reflect, and we do, on the last few years, and certainly, there was a long and very difficult transition out of the pandemic after a closure of almost 2 years. That transitionary time was very difficult to go from full stop to a very rapid acceleration and restart. And so we're very pleased that the ecosystem in general has become a lot more stable, a lot more resilient, and ready for business. And so, in part and parcel, it's because of the resiliency that's now in the system. But of course, I have an incredible team that took the opportunity and launched a number of passenger-facing and operational efficiency initiatives as well. From a passenger-facing perspective, we focused on making sure the passenger had great information that was reliable, allowed them to predict their experience a lot more readily. And putting those tools in the customer's hand gave them more control over their experience. We also sped up processing with a number of different highly adopted tools by the passengers that are transiting through and traveling through Toronto Pearson, including YYZ Express, book your place in the security line, or pre-fill your U.S. Customs declaration through mobile passport control. And we added a number of other technology features like brand new kiosks as well. So the digital experience for our customer was substantially enhanced, and our customers really, really appreciated that.
Fantastic. Now, 2024 has certainly been a year of you reclaiming titles. You recently regained your ranking in Forbes' list of Canada's best employers. Nice bit of PR for you. And you are the only airport actually included on that list. So how do you find the recruitment of airport workers? And when thinking of the younger generation, what do you think airports really need to highlight to try and appeal to them?
So our vision for the airport as part of our 10-year strategic plan is to put the joy back into travel by making Pearson the chosen place to fly and to work. So it's a very intentional part of our strategy, is not just the customer facing experience, but the employee experience. Number one, sharing how incredibly robust and rewarding the type of work and the variety of work and the careers that you can have at the airport are. So we found ourselves also, playing a new role in the ecosystem after the recovery, which was to host a number of job fairs and workforce readiness programs. That's not something we would have really entertained, and airports weren't doing in that way before the pandemic. But with the challenges around finding workers and retaining workers over the last few years, we wholeheartedly jumped into it, and we're very pleased to see the results. We've had thousands of people that have attended our job fairs successfully. We've had people that have been part of our training program as well. So, these are things like that. I think the hallmark of when airports say we care about our customer, we care about the community, we care about the employees. And the employees are really excited about the vision, from moving from an era where we were not investing in our assets, having top of the line equipment, and being about growth. Like, growth is very exciting, it's aspirational. So we find that our employees are really connecting to that in the workplace. I would say the other piece of this is, caring about the whole employee and creating a lot of programs that celebrate what they do each and every day and every night. We know that working at the airport can be extremely intensive. There are a lot of peaks. Sometimes the public is not the most kind or gentle. So we really celebrate our employees. We have a program called I Am Toronto Pearson, and in that program, it reflects all the 50,000 plus people that are there to be part of a community in a spirit that understands what I call the very noble calling of the work that our workers do across the airport, and to enjoy the spirit that you can get pretty much only by working at an airport, which is so exciting and such meaningful work also.
Well said. Now, last year in 2023, you introduced the Pearson standard. So can you tell us in a nutshell what that is and how it has helped drive operational efficiencies?
Yes, this was another, I think, positive outcome coming out of the recovery, and that we realized that across the ecosystem, performance is so interconnected by the hundreds of partners that are involved in delivering service to the passengers. And so the Pearson standard came from a collaboration where we agreed with our partners that we need to have standard of customer care and performance across various parts of the ecosystem. And in some cases, there were consequences for not meeting those standards as well. And these are performance standards that are built into our contracts with service providers. We found that obviously we're not in the business for trying to render consequences, but they did serve a time and a place when necessary. More so, however, we found that our partner companies were really interested in achieving and exceeding those standards and offering a very high level and quality of care. It galvanized the workers towards that benchmarking as well. And it goes back to the very traditional adage that you can manage better what you measure. And so that's what the standard is really about.
Fantastic. Thank you for that explanation. Now, airports are more galvanized than ever for their quest for decarbonisation. So what's on the agenda for 2024 that we should be looking out for?
We're very excited about our continued pathway on decarbonization. We're over 40% of our decarbonization goals at Toronto Pearson. Some of the challenges that we're working are one of the most substantial challenges, which is how we decarbonize our central utility plant. And that is going to be a big challenge for us, but we're embracing that wholeheartedly in regards to finding new and innovative ways to continue to supply resilient energy to the grid while we also decarbonize. But we're exploring a number of different methodologies and projects that will decarbonize, whether that's solar installation, of course, reducing emissions from our ground vehicle fleets with our procurement policies, and electrification, both on the airfield as well as within our landside facilities also.
So finally, what challenges are you going to be facing within the next year, but maybe also what opportunities do you have your eye on?
Yeah, these are definitely opportunities that come with a little dose of challenge as well. But after a long strategy of sweating our assets for over a decade, we're entering into a new era of investment in infrastructure at Toronto Pearson, and we're very excited about that. It is our LIFT plan, long-term investment in facilities and terminals. And that is going to be rolled out over a decade with 3 major programs. We launched the first one, which we call the Accelerator Program. It's a bit about fundamentals, a large restoration of our airfield, including electrical and the control systems, improving climate resiliency through stormwater drainage expansion, some greenhouse gas reduction programs, and also addressing near-term growth with an interim terminal facility. That sets the stage for other significant programs that we're in consultation and development for. But I would say that the exciting news is we have a very strong trajectory for growth at the airport, for modernization, for being the digital future and enabling a very digital future for the airport that's going to drive efficiency, drive reliability, enjoyment of the travel experience for our customers and for our employees. So we are sharing that information broadly. We look to see this exciting industry come together with the best of local and small Canadian businesses partnering with global partners that have been involved in some of the best airport projects around the world, and together, creating an incredible future for the country's largest airport and the 4th largest gateway into North America.
Sounds really, really exciting, and there's plenty of news coming out of the airport, so look forward to reading all about it.
Fantastic.
But Deborah, that was my final question. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.